Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Politically Correct Ghana Lesson 312. And today, being the 5th of August 2025, we want to reassess some of these banks that were shut down by the Bank of Ghana. We've done Unibank, we've done GN Bank, and today we're on Heritage Bank. What were the reasons for Heritage Bank's closure or shutdown? One of them was that it was involved in money laundering. The Bank of Ghana is not able to trace the sources of funding of Heritage Bank. And I'm like, oh, this is absurd. Really absurd, if not worrisome. In the sense that the Bank of Ghana knew and did an assessment of Heritage Bank's funding in 2015-2016 before they granted the license in 2016 to operate as a universal bank. So how can you turn around 2017-2018 to say that you don't know the sources of their funding? It means that the Bank of Ghana itself doesn't understand its functions. One, the functions of Bank of Ghana, one is to regulate, two is to supervise, three is to direct. So if you want to regulate, you would have to check what your regulations are. Have they met it? So you check that and you make an assessment. When you make that assessment and you think that they have fallen short, you go back to supervise. You send someone into Heritage Bank to sit in there and make sure that there's no money laundering taking place there, because you cannot even prove it as of now. So why shut down? Why shut down Heritage Bank? You know what? Let's look at banking generally. Banking is just that simple. It's like selling tomato or papa in a market. It's just simple that clients or customers bring their savings in, and you promise to give them 2% interest at the end of the year or something like that, or the month. Then, of course, you lend that money that has been brought to you as savings to a firm or an individual for 5% interest rate. So when they pay back, they pay the interest of 5%. And that makes a markup, the difference between 2% and 5%. You pay out 2% and you receive 5%. So there's a 3% markup. That 3% markup is creating money. And that's what banking is about, primarily. So then we don't have to shut our indigenous banks down. Bank of Ghana, please release the license of Heritage Bank to them. Heritage Bank's license must be released to them. If you say they have not met the minimum capital, that also is another weakness, because you are using two different brushes for all indigenous banks, which is not right, because we are able to give some of them an exemption, like Omni Bank Ghana, like Prudential Bank Ghana, like NIB, like ADB. They didn't meet the minimum capital, but you were able to get Ghana Amalgamated Trust Fund to support them to run, to meet the minimum capital, to support them to get the minimum capital. Yet you refuse to do that for Heritage Bank. That even was not, that was solvent. Heritage Bank was solvent, had its own money, never borrowed from you. So what's the problem? Why use two different batches? I mean, it's so discriminatory, if not segregatory. Heritage Bank's license must be given back to them. The name is here to Kwame Fago. Let us groom our financial institutions so that they survive 100, 200 years from today. And our great-grandchildren would what? Respect us for doing the right thing for them and for the nation. Thank you.